Sound Remedy
with Danny D.
Only on Sonic Scout.
Yeah, it's about that time again, everybody. You're tuned into the Sound Remedy with me, Danny D. Because sometimes the only cure is discovering a brand new banger. And we've been doing that recently, haven't we? In spades too, man, I tell you. Some of the artists we've been featuring on recent shows have been absolutely incredible. And I've got to tell you something. The song of the week, every week is a tight one. Every single week it is so tight. Big shout out to all of the artists that we featured last week. So tight with the song of the week. But I'll tell you what, we're going to be kicking off with song of the week from last week very, very soon. And then after that, we're going to be taking you on another incredible journey featuring some of the best unsigned talent and emerging artists out there. If music is therapy, consider this your complimentary counseling session. We're about to connect right now. Lay down on that couch and I'll tell you something. Talking of connection, you know what? Everybody's out there chasing numbers, streams, all that kind of stuff. The fact is, most streaming algorithms ain't going to favor the big artists. They're going to favor the engagement. If you're an emerging artist, you get 50 superfans to save your track in one day. That's going to outperform 5,000 passive streams, right? So that's what we're aiming to build right here at the Sound Remedy and on Sonic Scout Radio, the only station dedicated to unsigned artists and emerging talent, building connection.
Sonic Scout Radio.
And I'm honoured and privileged to be connecting with you all, not just on this platform, but also on social media too. I see ya. Shout out to everybody that's hit me up at TSR Danny D is the handle on Instagram and on TikTok. Danny at sonicscoutradio.com is where you can email me directly. And don't forget, you can email in your votes for who is going to get Song of the Week for this week's Sound Remedy. Last week, wowee, some of the songs that we had were just so incredible. And it was so tight with Song of the Week, right? It's always tight every single week. Oh Phantom very, very narrowly got pipped to it. But huge, massive shout out to the one and only Little Strange, who picked up Sound Remedy Song of the Week for the incredible Bad Days. And I tell you what, I'm so happy we're going to be playing this one again. I did have this song on repeat. I'm not going to lie to you. My wife was actually getting a little bit annoyed with it. I'm walking around singing it all day long. What a great song it is. What a fantastic introduction to this band. If you're not aware of them already, Little Strange on Facebook, Instagram, X. You can go ahead and support the Bad Days album directly on Bandcamp. Make sure you go ahead and do that. This is the title song from that album, Bad Days, and the incredible Little Strange.
Setting sun, we fell out of love. Those moonlit skies, you passed me by. And it gets so low, it gets so high. Gets so low, it gets so high. Put you in a state of mind. You've been running for a long, long time. Nothing you can do is bad days coming for you. Setting sun, we fell out of
Little Strange and the incredible Bad Days. What a fantastic song that is. What a way to kick off this week's Sound Remedy, and shout out to Little Strange, champions of Sound Remedy Song of the Week, with the incredible Bad Days from the Bad Days album, available from all the main streamers. Go ahead and support the Bad Days album at Little Strange Bandcamp, Little Strange Band on Facebook, on Instagram, they're on X, and you can go ahead and hit them up. And I tell you what, we can't wait for what is to come next from Little Strange. That whole entire album out now, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. What a great band they are. That sound, man, it's like it's retro, but it's modern, and it just kind of bridges loads of gaps. Everything that we love at the Sound Remedy, right? Eclectic, it's got that real kind of old school, cool kind of feel to it. The Little Strange Band calls themselves cine rock, and I tell you what, that is kind of, it's got that sort of anthemic soundtrack kind of vibe to it, right? I can see that film in like, I can see that song in like a Tarantino film or something, you know? Like, definitely it's got that vibe to it. You could just see a bunch of dudes with a briefcase wearing black neckties walking out of a cafe with that song coming on. So massive shout out to Little Strange. Keep on doing what you're doing. We absolutely love you, and we hope to have you back on the Sound Remedy very, very soon with me, Danny D.
Your weekly cure to the common playlist.
Well, what a way to kick off this week's Sound Remedy. And I tell you what, we've just got started. We have got some awesome stuff lined up for you. Now, the first act that's going to be kicking off this week's Sound Remedy, after obviously that wonderful Song of the Week from Little Strange, is an incredible artist. We've been fortunate enough to feature CZ in the past, and what a response he got. For those who didn't catch CZ first time around, Christoph Zimmermann, also known as CZ, is a German composer, lyricist, and producer whose music blends deep philosophical reflection with emotional clarity and modern electronic sound. I tell you what, this guy is a multi-instrumentalist. He's an incredible songwriter / producer / artist. You know, he's just out there, and he's got the most incredible sound. We absolutely love it. Now, I caught up with CZ last week, and there was a new song that he's just released, which I absolutely loved. I listened to it. It's called Just to Be. It's available now on SoundCloud. And I was like, do you know what? I would love to play this in the Sound Remedy next week. CZ came back and said, do you know what? Actually, I've got like a Christmas version of this song, and I'm looking to kind of push that out a bit. Well, it's the festive season, everybody. Cue the tambos, whatever that is. Cue the festive music. It's the festive season. And what better way to kick off December's Sound Remedy for the month than with a Christmas song with a twist. I gotta say, you got a twist, because this is a CZ Christmas song. So this isn't like Sleigh Bells Ring, Are You Listening? This is CZ level depth, CZ level production, and CZ level music. All right. So this is a bit of a Christmas song with a twist.
Only on Sonic Scout.
I absolutely loved it when I first heard it, and I'm sure you're going to love it too. Thank you so much to CZ for sharing this with us. This is Child of God by CZ.
An angel came to Mary. He came because of the child, the one who is to come, the one soon to be born. And gently now time starts to bend. God chooses us in human friend. A child of God, a child of God, a child of God, a human. A child of God, a
There's a star there, high in the sky, so bright. The star so bright.
Above us now it comes to stay, the star of Christmas, light of a new day.
Mary and Joseph, searching for room for the child within Mary's womb.
A place through faith, a space made new in poverty, abundance grew.
A child of God, a child of God, a child of God, a human. A child of God, a human. And still in the breath of this night, God becomes child, awakening light. Not in a palace, nor in might, but where love lives, where you become right, made whole. The child is here, the Jesus child. He lies with Mary in a manger. In a manger, look there. So small, yet heartbeat of the world. So still, yet dawn of time unfurled. Beside the ox and donkey, in the feeding hay, look right there, in the manger, yes, in the manger, where the child is, there dwells the light, human born, God speaking through night. The shepherds from the fields, they are here too. They heard a child is born here in the stable, yes. The night receives the coming day. Heaven sings the wonder lay in this child who shows the way, healing us all today. Was found where God the Father dwelled in the holy night, surrounded by angels, held by heaven's side.
A wonder brings the light anew. In this child we see in truth. A child of God, a child of God, a child of God. Child of God, human. A child of God, a child of God, a child of God, a human. A human. The child is here. The Jesus child. He lies with men.
The legendary CZ, the phenomenal Child of God. And my goodness, if there's a Christmas song, that's gotta be it, hasn't it? My favourite Christmas song was Fairy Tale of New York. That is a strong contender to take the top spot. Shout out to CZ, and make sure you go ahead and catch up with what's coming next from CZ, mainly on SoundCloud. And this guy has got a wealth of stuff. Very dynamic, very broad-ranging, incredibly eclectic, so talented. I mean, beyond talented, right? This guy is an artist and a scientist when it comes to making songs. And wow, we're so fortunate to be able to share that with you right here on the Sound Remedy, on the only station dedicated to unsigned artists and emerging talent, Sonic Scout Radio.
Only on Sonic Scout.
Well, you all know me by now. I love kicking you off with the bangers. And we've definitely done that with Bad Days and with Child of God. We're going to take things in a slightly different direction now. I guess we were pretty slowed down and maybe a bit more mellow with CZ. This one is maybe a little bit more upbeat, but still pretty mellow, kind of dreamy. This is an incredible artist that I just got linked up with recently, and I spoke with him about getting his music on the Sound Remedy. He said he had heard the show, he loved it, and he wanted to get involved. He submitted the song that I picked out, which I'm always very happy about, because I heard this song and I was like, I'm feeling this. I really liked it. Now, Hawk Tales is a French solo artist specializing in music and cinema with an eclectic repertoire. Now, at the moment, Hawk Tales is looking to get into a band and create music with and for others, getting with singers, bands, and eventually producing songs to be used in films, both in the United States and France and all over the world. He says one of his goals is to connect with like-minded people to collaborate and let our art speak for itself. Big shout out to Hawk Tales. Another multi-talented artist that's branching into different media. We absolutely loved that. Now, the song that we're going to play for you, I had no idea about this, by the way, when I picked the song out, right? But he told me that the song's actually from a film that Hawk Tales has written. So I was like, whoa, I gotta tell me more about the film. What's about this film? So this is a film that Hawk Tales has written. It's called The Future Boy. And Hawk Tales was kind enough to share the logline: when a handsome and frivolous teenager witnesses his entire future life in a mysterious B-movie, he calls his best friend to tell her everything about it, which seals their destinies through a series of unexpected supernatural events. Whew, I love that. I'm so looking forward to seeing that at Cannes. Hawk Tales, get that out immediately. That sounds absolutely awesome. The song is wonderful. And this is one of the things that I've noticed more and more recently. There's been a few artists that we featured on the Sound Remedy whose songs are so filmic. And that was actually the descriptor that one of the artists have provided themselves. I couldn't have put it better myself, and there are a wealth of artists out there that we've featured since whose music could most certainly be described in that way. Hawk Tales is definitely one of them. I hope you love this song as much as I do. This is from Hawk Tales, and this is Sunny and Julia. Hawk Tales and Sonny and Julia. We absolutely love that, don't we? That's got that real kind of indie sort of mellow but kind of upbeat vibe going. It's very cinematic again, right? Very kind of, you can imagine that song in the movie, right? It's absolutely brilliant. I love that song, and I was really happy when Hawk Tales wanted to be on the Sound Remedy, not only for that song, but also there is a wealth of stuff that Hawk Tales has done, and you can find some of that stuff on Spotify. The single Out of Sight, which came out earlier in 2025, that is available on Hawk Tales Spotify, along with Great Revelations, which came out last year. Shout out to Hawk Tales. I absolutely love Out of Sight. Maybe scope to put that on a future Sound Remedy. And you can also catch up with Hawk Tales on Facebook. Hawk Tales, both separate words. Hawk Tales Cinematic Universe is what Hawk Tales writes. The end is close, but this is only the beginning. We love that, right? We love that. Massive shout out to Hawk Tales. Look forward to having you back on the Sound Remedy very soon, hopefully, and maybe with some brand new stuff. Plenty more to come, I'm sure, from the wonderful Hawk Tales. Make sure you're catching up with Hawk Tales on SoundCloud too. Hawk_Tales777 on SoundCloud if you want to catch up with Hawk Tales over there. And we can't wait to hear what's coming next. And don't forget, everybody, if you want to get your music on the Sound Remedy, if you think you've got the cure to the common playlist, let me know about it. You can submit via the website. You can email me directly. Danny@sonicscoutradio.com is the email address you need. At TSRDannyD on Instagram and on TikTok. And I look forward to hearing your stuff and seeing if you could be the cure to the common playlist.
Your weekly cure to the common playlist.
All right, everybody. Well, I tell you what, we've already been on a bit of a journey, and the journey is just beginning. We're going to introduce you to an act that I discovered over at Epidemic Sound. This is an act called Particle House. Now, Particle House described their sound as a virtual smorgasbord of musical influences, and they feature an eclectic mix of indie, disco, and synth pop. Now, the main man behind the moniker Particle House is Swedish producer Sebastian Forsland. He says his body of work ranges from future bass to glitter punk, and is a testament to his versatility as a musician and producer, as much as his unconditional love for music. We love all of that stuff, don't we? Massive shout out to Sebastian Forsland, aka Particle House. Now, I've picked up a few Particle House songs here and there, and I tell you what, eclectic is the word. We absolutely love everything they do at the Sound Remedy, and I hope you love it as much as we do. I'm going to introduce you to a song that's a bit more upbeat, and it's got that more funky indie pop vibe to it. We absolutely love it. This is Particle House, and if this is what love is.
Will
Particle House. And if this is what love is, and huge shout out to Sebastian Forsland. What a voice. What a vibe. Kind of nostalgic. Very, very kind of get you bopping around the studio. And they are on SoundCloud as well as on Epidemic Sound. And you can go ahead and download. They've got a bunch of free use stuff out. Go ahead and check them out over at Epidemic Sound and at SoundCloud on YouTube. You can find this stuff on a bunch of different sources. But big shout out to Particle House. And wowee, that is going to get you, that kind of gets you up and bopping around a bit, doesn't it? We like to do it like that at the Sound Remedy. And I tell you what, if you think that you've got the cure to the common playlist, do not sit on it, right? Make sure you're submitting your stuff via the website, at me directly, at TSR Danny D is the handle on Insta and on TikTok. And you can always go ahead and email me, danny@sonicscoutradio.com. And I've already had one or two people contact and talking about getting this stuff. And we're maybe looking at doing some more takeovers soon, baby. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you caught the takeover with Charlie. That was absolutely phenomenal. Massive shout out to everybody that's getting in touch, getting their stuff out there on the only station dedicated to unsigned artists and emerging talent.
Sonic Scout Radio.
Well, at the Sound Remedy, you know what? We're all about connection, connecting artists with their audiences. And I tell you something, I say this a lot, right? We get so caught up with the numbers. The most successful artists of 2024, they weren't breaking through with the playlists. They broke through with the micro community. Small online pockets of highly engaged fans are going to be worth immensely more to any artist out there than bazillions of disengaged fans, right? And that's what we're aiming to do these features and to get people in front of the right ears. And I tell you what, we've been so fortunate to feature some of the artists that we have already, and we don't know what's coming next, right? Week to week, we have absolutely no idea. I'm out there trawling through the depths of the unsigned realm, trying to discover who's out there, who's got the sound, who's got the cure to the common playlist. And the next artist we've got coming up for you is one of those for sure. Now, Kitley is a person of few words, but when somebody doesn't speak too much, what they say carries a whole bunch more weight when they do, right? Well, Kitley released an album just about over a month ago called Heaven, and we absolutely loved it. Now, there are certain artists out there that I've listened to and I've absolutely loved everything they do. One of those artists is Elliott Smith. Big name, right? Lots of songwriters out there are like, whoa, Dad, you tell him. Now, I got a real Elliott Smith vibe when listening to Kitley's stuff. I hope you don't mind me saying so, Kitley. We connected over Instagram. Kitley submitted this song over to the Sound Remedy. We absolutely love it, and I hope you love it as much as we do. This is Kitley with Flat Out.
Burden makes it hard to keep you turning. I could push you, I could pull you, but I'm stuck. Sitting in a prison, tell me all about the mission. I could leave it where it's sitting, only touch. I'm flat out. Show
wonderful Kit Lee and the awesome Flat Out. I just love the whole vibe of that song. It's got like definitely got kind of an Elliott Smith type vibe to it, maybe like some Beach Boys influences. Absolutely loved that. Thank you so much, Kit Lee, for sharing that with the Sound Remedy. Definitely a middle of the Sound Remedy kind of vibe going there with Kit Lee, bringing some more of those kind of mellow vibes. We absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Kit Lee. Hope to have you back on the Sound Remedy again. And if you want to catch up with Kit Lee, you can do so on Instagram, KitLee00 on Instagram, Kit Lee on Spotify and on Apple Music, KITLEY. If you want to catch up with more of Kit Lee's stuff, the Heaven album, which dropped start of October, and he's also got some other stuff on there released back in 2024, another album called Curse. So make sure you go ahead and check all of that stuff out. Absolutely wonderful. Kit Lee's quote that you're going to find everywhere is "Nervous energy prevails." And I'll tell you something, the way the vocals are in that song, do you remember Elliott Smith? They said that Elliott Smith sang in that very kind of quiet way because he was so nervous about his voice and stuff like that. If you ever see Elliott Smith's live performances, he looked very nervous. He definitely did. He performed a lot of his music like that, but it gave it that entire vibe. And what an incredible vibe it was, right? Shout out to Elliott Smith. I love Elliott Smith. A massive, massive shout out to Kit Lee. We hope to hear a bunch more of your stuff very, very soon on the only station dedicated to unsigned artists and emerging talent, right here on Sonic Scout Radio. The Sound Remedy.
With Danny D. Your weekly cure to the common playlist.
All right, well, regular listeners to the Sound Remedy know that during the kind of middle of the show, we like to take it a little bit easier, right? I feel like we've had a lot of mellow music on this episode of the Sound Remedy. Maybe this should be the mellow show. The mellow show to kick off December with a nice bit of chill out action, right? Because we need it, because we know what's coming, right? It's that time of year. Everything's about to go bonkers. The Sound Remedy, we kick you off with the bangers and we mellow things out in the middle, and we've had a pretty mellow one today, and it's about to stay mellow with the next artist that we've got coming up. Now, the next artist is absolutely phenomenal. When I first discovered Sire on SoundCloud, I read his bio and I was like, I love this guy. I love this guy. Sire lists his main influences as Jeff Buckley and Nick Drake, as well as the Beatles, but I was like, as soon as I heard those names, I'm like, yep, that's it, sold. You're coming on the Sound Remedy. I spoke to Sire, also known as Simon, who's just released this single that we're going to be playing for you. It literally came out on the 29th. So literally, like, when this show's going out, like on Monday, it's literally just Friday. Literally just gone to Friday. So it's brand new, brand spanking new, fresh, shiny out the box, still got that new vinyl smell. And when I first heard it, I was like, my goodness, I've got to play this on the Sound Remedy. I spoke with Sire. He's a great dude. Now, Sire is known as being an enchanting artist. Now, his write-up says, heart-stopping falsetto and captivating melodies. Nowhere is that more apparent than in the song we're about to play for you. His bio says, his experimental fusion of pop, folk, and electronica reveals his prowess as a singer, songwriter, and producer. Big shout out to Sire. Now, I'll tell you something. When I first heard this song, I absolutely fell in love with it. I hope you do too. And I'll be surprised if you don't, if I'm honest with you. Part of the kind of mini slowdown part of the Sound Remedy, we're going to be playing Cornerstone, the brand new song by Sire. You might know this guy for his electrifying performance on The Voice UK, singing Harry Styles' Sign of the Times. Oh yeah. And a massive shout out to you, Sire. I've just got to tell you the last part of what it says on his bio, because I absolutely love this. It says, with dedication and passion, he aims to share his heartfelt melodies and spirited lyrics, helping listeners navigate life's complexities. We love you, Sire. Thank you so much for sharing this song with us. This is Cornerstone by Sire.
Last night when you turned and walked away, felt like someone jumping up and down upon my grave, and I didn't know what to say, when the only word I needed then was stay. So while you were sleeping, I made a pact. I made a pact. And let me tell you, darling, I need you back. I need you back. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. Fight through the wind and snow. Please pick up the telephone and let me tell you that you're my cornerstone, cornerstone. See your shadow in the morning light. Every step I take, no one feels wrong and never right. Tracing every step that we made, and I'd give the world to hold you once again. While you were sleeping, I made a pact. I made a pact. And let me tell you, darling, I need you back. I need you back. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. Fight through the wind and snow. Please pick up the telephone and let me tell you that you're my cornerstone, 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 cornerstone.
Sire with the wonderful Cornerstone. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing it with us, Sire. What a great song that is. What an incredible middle of the Sound Remedy song. That one is definitely going to heal those hurting hearts, is it not? You know what? Those kind of spiritual, ethereal moments that we experience with music, I seriously feel that with your music, Sire, and I just massive shout out to you, the wonderful Cornerstone. And I know that one is going to resonate far and wide. If you want to catch up with Sire, Sire_music is the handle, SAER_music, Sire_music on Instagram, on TikTok. Sire's on Spotify, Apple, all that, because, you know, all of the places where you get your streams. Make sure you go ahead and check out Sire. Cornerstone dropped just last week, at the end of November. So great to be playing that right here on the Sound Remedy, on the only station dedicated to unsigned artists and emerging talent, Sonic Scout Radio. We hope to have you back, Sire, because that was absolutely incredible. What a sound, what an artist, and what a song Cornerstone is. Much more to come, I'm sure, from Sire. And you know what? There's so much incredible talent out there, right? Did you know 70%, in fact, I think it's more than 70% of all the new tracks that get uploaded to all of those streamers online are from independent artists. There is a thriving scene out there with some immensely talented people. And I tell you what, the only station that is dedicated to all of those artists is the one that you're locked into right now. So don't go anywhere.
Only on Sonic Scout.
Well, the journey has been another mad one, everybody. We've been away around the houses again, haven't we? Kicked off last week's Song of the Week with the wonderful Little Strange and the incredible Bad Days, and what a tune that is to kick off the Sound Remedy. We went Christmassy, albeit in a CZ style, and that guy has definitely got his own style going. The wonderful, accomplished, incredible, eclectic CZ. We mellowed things down just a little bit. We had some great stuff from some emerging artists. Hawk Tales, Particle House, Kitley, the wonderful Saya. And now we're going to start picking the pace up just a little bit towards the end of the Sound Remedy. Now, the next act that we're going to be playing for you is a group called Flux Vortex. Now, they come out of Stockholm. They're a kind of an electro kind of group, and they've definitely got their own sound going. You can pick up their stuff, free use on Epidemic Sound, so make sure you go ahead and do that. They're also on Instagram. Flux.vortex is the name on Instagram. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them most places where you're going to get your music. You will find Flux Vortex there. I checked this tune out just last week, and I was like, this is definitely a pick up the pace towards the end of the Sound Remedy kind of song. I hope you'll agree. This is the wonderful Flux Vortex and Delusional.
I would be lying if I told you that I'm over it. The gods have decided that I'm a hopeless optimist. You say your heart has had enough, but I do believe there's still some room in there for us. You can return the keys, you can walk out that door. I'll still be living in a dream, like we got years in store. Baby, won't you let me be delusional? I need you to let me be delusional. Stuck in a fiction in which our story never ends. It's not the prescriptions, the truth just needs a little bend. You say your heart has had enough, but I disagree, 'cause I still hear it beat for us. You can return the keys, you can walk out that door. I'll still be living in a dream, like we got years in store. Baby, won't you let me be delusional? I need you to let me be delusional. You can pack up and leave, but I'm keeping my eyes closed. I'll imagine you and me sitting there gray and old. I need you to let me be delusional. Baby, won't you let me be delusional? You can return the keys, you can walk out that door. I'll still be living in a dream, like we got years in store. Baby, won't you let me be delusional? I need you to let me be delusional.
Flux Vortex and Delusional. And you can go ahead and pick that up at Epidemic Sound. They're also on Insta, on Spotify. I do believe they're also on YouTube as well. So go ahead and check them out. What a great sound that is. Totally unique. Definitely got their own thing going. We absolutely love it at the Sound Remedy. And what a way to pick the pace right back up again as we get closer towards the final song on the Sound Remedy, which we know every single week has got to be a banger, hasn't it? It's got to be a banger. And in recent history, we have seen some absolutely immense final songs on the Sound Remedy. I'm talking, wow, do you know what? It's quite interesting to note that the majority of songs of the week have been the closeout songs on the Sound Remedy, because we love to close you down with the bangers, right? And there's only once or twice when it hasn't been the final song. And on those occasions, it's been so tight, like so tight. I'm thinking Psycho Scally, wow, the Psycho Scally mantra, that just dropped recently. And wow, that is already just exploding, right? What a song that is. What a great group, though. Shout out to Psycho Scally. There's been a bunch of them. There's been a bunch of the closed down end of the show bangers. And I tell you what, we have saved a fantastic song for you. And you know, at the Sound Remedy, we like to mix the mellow with the mighty, because the best playlists, they should feel like a full color wheel, not just one single shade, right? We have taken the scenic route today for sure. Every single time we do it, a little calm, a little chaos, and a few things in between. And that is the beauty of eclectic music. It just keeps you guessing. Right? We don't know necessarily where it's going next. We do know we are going to be closing you out with an absolute banger, though. We love music with range. It breathes. Soft pulse, strong pulse, calm to kinetic. The ebb and flow is where the magic happens. And we got a magical artist to close down this week's episode of The Sound Remedy. Now, when I'm usually out there scouting around in the unsigned realms, right, because that's what I do, like throughout the week, I'm out there, I'm listening to the newest emerging artists that are coming out there, and I tell you guys every week, every so often I stumble on a little gem, and this one just flickered at me. And one or two listeners are going to know what I'm talking about, right? This one did flicker at me, and I was like, listen, I really want to play this on the Sound Remedy. I spoke with the artist Sam Leo over SoundCloud, and we agreed that it was going to come onto the Sound Remedy this week. I'm so happy that we got to play it, because I love this song. I absolutely love it. Sam Leo is a UK-based artist weaving elements of synthwave, synth pop, and shoegaze into her sound. Now, her sound, she describes it as upbeat and dreamy. I couldn't have put it better myself. Absolutely wonderful. She gives a shout out to Spiros Mouse, who produced, mixed, and mastered the song that we're about to play for you to close out this week's Sound Remedy. This is the incredible Sam Leo and Flickers. Sam Leo and the incredible Flickers. Shout out to Spiros Mouse, producing, mixing and mastering that song. And hopefully a bunch more to come very soon from the wonderfully talented Sam Leo. We are so fortunate to feature that song on this week's Sound Remedy. And if you want to catch up with Sam Leo, she is on Instagram, Sam Leo, all one word, SAMLEOH on Instagram. She's also on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your streams. Make sure you go ahead and support Flickers. What a great song that is. She's got a bunch of other songs on there too. Flickers is her latest release that came out just on the 14th of November. So still very, very fresh out the box, very brand new. And we're so fortunate to bring that to you as the Sound Remedy closeout song for this week's Remedy, bringing the cure to the common playlist. Huge shout out to Sam Leo, and we hope to have you back on the Sound Remedy very, very soon.
Only on Sonic Scout.
But it's about that time once again, isn't it? Where does it go? Every week it seems to get faster and faster. We have flown through the last hour. And again, we have discovered 8 fantastic, brand new, fresh, eclectic, wonderful artists, diverse ranges, incredible talents, brought to you only through the one station dedicated to unsigned artists and emerging talents, Sonic Scout Radio. And if you haven't submitted your songs yet, make sure you go ahead and do so. Hit us up via the website. Danny@sonicscoutradio.com is where you can submit your music to me directly. Hit me up on the socials, Insta, TikTok, @TSRDannyD is where you can hit me up directly, drop me a DM, direct me to your stuff. And if you're just listening and you're like, well, listen, this is my new artist, this is who I've discovered, point me in their direction. Show me what you're listening to, and let's get them on the broadcast. Yeah, once upon a time, I'm old enough to remember when people were kind of very much into the genres, right? The genres was a real thing. Most people today, they're not really genre loyal, right? People are mood loyal. People are going to bounce from chill wave to alt rock to indie funk all day long. Most people are eclectic. The show needs to be eclectic too. So it doesn't matter what you're listening to. We're not pigeonholed by genres. We serve the genre smoothies at the Sound Remedy. Blended, balanced, and guaranteed to wake those ears up. We're bringing the playlist buffet because we're piling a bit of everything on the plate. Oh, goodness me. And what a plate it's been this week. Kicking off with Little Strange. Moving on to Christmas stuff with CZ. We had Hawk Tales, Particle House, Kit Lee, Saya, Flux Vortex, and the incredible Sam Leo. I've loved every second of it, and I hope you have done too. Stick around, stay curious, and keep those ears open, because the next favourite song that you discover might just be from someone you ain't even heard of yet. We'll be back very soon with another dose of the Sound Remedy. Until then, keep it locked right here on Sonic Scout Radio.
Sonic Scout Radio.